welcome to another edition of Ruggers, and as per usual we cover the week's rugby. Again, two surprises. First game of the week was the Lions against the Pumas, and the Pumas beating the Lions against expectations, 36-33.
Really against expectations?
Yes, okay, Lions being at the bottom of the log really needed this win, and in the first half, because it was a game of two halves, it was a Lions half, out and out. They were out scrumming the Pumas, they were getting the penalties, they were getting the points on the board, and unfortunately second half, I don't know what Jimmy said in the change room halftime. Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
Yeah, he said to me, well, he can't make a video about it.
Okay. Understand. Anyway, Pumas came out and scored 4 tries, blitzkrieg style, to take the lead on the scoreboard, and eventually the Lions did come back in the last part of the second half with a comeback, but not enough, and Pumas walked away with the spoils.
Yeah, because I mean the last points were scored in the 69th minute, if I'm correctly. So there was 10 minutes left. But there's some serious problems at the Lions. I see this morning that Warren Whiteley is also leaving the Lions as a coach.
Sure.
He's going to the Sharks as a line-out coach. So big problems at the Lions.
Because we said there's no Springboks currently out of the Lions group.
No.
So all the players are there. I don't know what the injury is looking like at the moment, but they should be playing with the full strength. And they really needed this win. I think the pressure is now on, I suppose. Yeah, and once again, first half looked like it was bagged for the Lions. And then, well, it's not over until it's over. And then second half, total different story.
Yeah, I think the Pumas scored 3 tries in 10 minutes.
Exactly, it was quick.
Your man of the match?
For Pumas, the fly-off.
Yeah.
Yes, because he controlled the game very well. Tactical kicking, lines in the back foot, driving lines back in the quarter. Yeah, so from my side, I just forget his name now, but the fly-off.
Definitely, yeah.
Second match of the week, Sharks against the Griquas. Again, Griquas going to Sharks territory and beating the Sharks 37-23. And that was with being 13 men on the field twice in the game. And the Sharks still couldn't.
Yeah, the second time they were reduced to 12 men.
Yes. Oh, there were three yellows.
There were 3 yellow cards, yeah.
And then when last did you see that in a match?
But one must ask yourself the question, we do understand that the Pumas were desperate on defence, and all the yellow cards came from the defence.
Griquas, yeah.
Griquas, yeah. But really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think what they must do, they must give Amy just 3 yellow cards in her pocket, and every time she dishes out a yellow card, she must tear up the yellow card or send the player off with the yellow card. But I think in total 6 or 7 yellow cards for the match.
And as I said, there were 3 at the same time, and you're not going to often see that in a match.
Yeah, but brilliantly. I mean, the defence of the Griquas was brilliantly done. I mean, those guys defended with 12 men on the field like
demons.
Yeah, brilliant win for Griquas. But again, what's wrong at the Sharks?
Well, in this case, you can say quite a few players are not there in the Springbok group. Some new faces on the field. But then again, that's where your depth development comes in. Even if you pull up your youngsters, they should be, up to the task for a game, Currie Cup match at least.
But you see, I think the difference is, and I think with the Pumas it's the same thing, is the Pumas and the Griquas now has got seasoned players, whereas the Lions and the Sharks had young players that they're trying to blood.
Correct. No, that's obvious. I can see that. And the Pumas. Okay, and Griquas, well, you can't argue that they settled teams because they also had to, Pumas had to make 6 changes.
Yeah, because of all the injuries that they had the previous week, yeah.
So, yes, I agree. I think it's the youngsters that are being blooded at this stage. That's not maybe at the level they should be. But, yeah, it's tough times.
And then the biggest,
two big unions.
and your player of the match?
For Griquas, Mr. Keiter.
I think he struggled. I think Keiter struggled a little bit. What's that number 6 of these? He played well. We're forgetting all the names there. I'm 102 and he he had a few plastic surgeries, so that's why he looks that well. Yeah.
And then third match of the week, Bulls against Province. Province hosting the Bulls and also going down against the Bulls 34, was it 13?
The biggest win for the Bulls ever against the Western Province.
And can one argue the red card against Currie and Tobeni
that's stupid.
played a role?
I don't understand. The guy that dips put himself in danger. I can't see why the defender is at fault at such a situation.
With this new rule, I predict that in terms of anything above the shoulder is deemed foul and dangerous play. We're going to be seeing cards in every single game at every level.
We're milking the cards. I mean,
and it's a problem because, as you say, the ball carrier dips into a tackle. 9 out of 10 times, the tackle is going to either go high or grab high or slide up, and then it's going to be a card, or at least penalties.
So, I mean, that's simple what you do. As soon as you get confronted by a defender, you just go down and that's it.
Yeah, and especially you take a short guy against a tall guy. Defender, I don't know, it's a bit frustrating, but that's my prediction anyway. Hopefully I'm wrong. But we're going to be seeing cards in every single game going ahead.
I don't think there was a game this weekend without
cards. Yeah.
But my question is now, and we must get a referee in this. Why do we penalise the guy that's creating the danger? If you are the fullback and you jump to catch the ball, who's creating the danger? The tackler or the guy that jumps?
Guy that jumps.
So why put him into the advantage? He must be penalised. At primary level, it's illegal to jump and catch the ball.
We'll talk about the Springbok game just now, but remember Pollard took that one kick in our own quarter, didn't jump. And everybody was saying, but why, he should have jumped, he could have had a penalty, you know? Exactly that.
But that's the whole thing. I think there must be a complete new relook at that. The way of refereeing that, you must penalise the guy that's creating the danger.
Look, don't get us wrong, you know, we all still for player safety, and that is why the rules are there, but at this stage it's really not working, you know,
and then you put British and Irish lines on the field, and then they're going like soccer players, so that's what we created.
So, interesting thing, 3 away wins for 3 teams. Homegrown advantage not helping in any of the 3 games that we saw this week, for what it's worth.
Yeah, and then Willem Strauss, you are number 1 on the lock after the Sharks couldn't beat the Griquas.
Correct.
But interesting, Western Province is the only team that has played all their games.
The rest had all games cancelled.
And earned 4 points apiece.
So, yeah.
That's the Currie Cup. Apparently the Currie Cup is going to start in January next year.
That's very early. Yeah.
And they again says that the Currie Cup has been demoted to a Super Sport Super Sport Cup or something.
Because it's then we're halfway through United Rugby Championship, nearly.
Yeah.
That's finishing in July or June, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so and there is talks that the Currie Cup is even going to be reduced to a single round competition.
Okay.
I think we must get some sharpshooters there in Cape Town and get rid of the people that's making these stupid decisions. Francois, it's going to cost us our rugby. If we don't have a strong local competition, it's going to kill our rugby.
Because now we've already seen, we spoke about it previous program, the under 20 competition that was brought to life, because the under 23 competition has been done away with.
It was never called the under 23 competition, but your under 19 and under 21s has also been capped.
But they reduced those those opportunities have also gone.
Yeah.
So,
If we don't have a strong local competition, South African rugby is going to die. Yeah.
all right. But yeah, and then are we discussing the big one?
So we leave it to
Let's leave it for the next one.
next one. Okay, so we'll keep you in suspense what we thought about the Springboks. But that was the
Week's Currie Cup rugby.
week's Currie Cup rugby.
Yes.
Weekend coming.
Weekend coming as Bulls, home. I don't have my list with me, unfortunately, now, but lots of games again this weekend as well.
Yeah, and a strange week because we only have games on Friday and Saturday. But thereafter it's going to be weekend, Wednesday, weekend, Wednesday. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.